Hey guys, welcome to Bloated, the Jwebby podcast where we talk about food, gym, and everything in between. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to keep up to date with all my antics on my social media channels. Search Jwebby Can Eat across all platforms.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Thanks for tuning in. It's Jwebby, DK on the road in Turkey. Jwebby, tell us.
Last day in Turkey. Yesterday was a big day. We visited Grand Bazaar. It's like this crazy area that's like markets and stuff. It is crazy, like cars everywhere. There are all these random narrow like uphill streets where there's cars parked in the wrong way, and
That's the markets, right?
yeah, but it's like the markets, but it's just crazy. Like it's
Markets on roads.
yeah, it's like no Paddy's markets, put it that way.
It's not natty.
Pretty much. And we found a random auto park. We parked there. Made our way to Grand Bazaar because I wanted to eat and Danny wanted to buy a jacket. It's a crazy place. Like you go from like random jewelry shops to like random clothes and food places, and it's like kind of just there's no structure. Like you got a bunch of jewelry shops, then a bunch of food trucks, and then a bunch of clothing stores. It's like it's just all slapped everywhere. And when you go to one store and say, listen, I'm looking for this, they say it doesn't exist because they don't want you to go to anyone else's store. So Danny's looking for a certain type of jacket. Every place we went, they didn't have it. They're like, no, it doesn't exist. But you can have this one.
That's right.
And watching Danny haggle is we could do a whole podcast on watching Danny haggle. Put it that way.
It's a scene to watch, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do when you're on the road, right? Like you got to be smart, pick smart, street smart,
And not get pickpocketed.
and food smart, straight out. Like you can buy some pretty chunky food, and you can also buy some pretty well deserving, 10 out of 10 food that you just don't know. You can just walk past the shop and you didn't really know. Like remember that shop that was peaking?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was called.
Some doner shop.
Right, and they had the longest line, but there was another shop where it was actually also famous. What was the name of it?
Sultan Doner.
And that food tasted, honest review, the service made the food, but also the food was so tasty.
Fresh, very fresh. Service with a smile too.
Ah.
It was a good time. We
I love the chips in the kebab.
Yeah, that's something new. I've never really had that before. Like it's normal. Like they cook the chips ready to go and they just add it to the kebab meat. It's a new thing what I've seen, but it's actually kind of good. The bread here, Turkish bread, unbelievable. I enjoy Turkish bread a lot. Well, Turks don't enjoy me very much. But look, beat me again, brother. Like, where am I going to go? Gosh.
As you can tell, it's
Crazy here. Istanbul is crazy.
You gotta make your own rules, man.
Yeah, like you kind of push in and, oh, it's a police officer. Yep, I'm not pushing in front of this guy. Sorry, mate.
Sorry for the interruption, guys.
Sorry,
It's just what we do.
Trying to get out of
Right.
Istanbul. Anyway, so we got kebabs. I got these random chestnuts. We got corn. I ate wet burger. Wet burger is like a boiled burger. So all you guys that like McDonald's cheeseburgers with a steamed bun, this takes that to a whole new level.
The whole soggy bun.
Yeah, the whole burger was like boiled and steamed and soggy. It was like almost like a dumpling. But look, it was an experience. Nearly got pickpocketed a few times by kids. People trying to like force us into buying stuff. Traffic in Istanbul. What else is new? Look, Danny got his jacket. I got a full belly. We didn't get lost. Surprisingly, we didn't get lost. That was cool. Got some Borek on the way back to the car. It was a good time. And then we got back to the hotel and we just sat down. It was just nice to sit.
Yeah, we walked around a lot. Like we spent a good time in Grand Bazaar. And guys, if you're gonna go there early. Enjoy the food because you get full really quickly. The food's so tasty out here, and that's one thing I'll give to Turkey. Yeah, you can't take that away from them. They influence a lot of the foods in the Middle East, as we can tell now from traveling all around Turkey. That there's different types of areas that have different types of specialties and different types of ways of cooking it. Would you agree?
Agree, but they're all equally as good. Some of them add their little, they put their spin on things.
Yeah.
But look, overall, I think our food experience in Turkey has been great.
Yeah.
We're coming to the end now. We've got 2 more challenges to go. Last night was pretty crazy. Round 2 at Çardak.
Tell us about that.
So look, what I've learnt, Turkish people are either 0 or 150. There's nowhere in between.
What'd you do there?
So the first challenge I did was 30 skewers with a salad, lavash, whatever. I did it in very quick time. So this time Ridvan wanted to do something crazy. How many skewers I can eat in 50 minutes? I'm not sure why 50, but I just rolled with it because he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, as normal, the restaurants, everyone turns out. It's a party. Everyone loves it. Danny's doing his thing. The skewers come out. I got through 63 skewers, a couple of lavash. Man, they're hard to eat. They're very, like lamb is a fatty cut of meat. They're very heavy, very chewy. But 63 skewers equals almost 5 kilos of just meat.
You 5? Yeah.
So he said they were between 60 and 70 grams per skewer of meat. So that's almost 5 kilos. Plus you got to have the drinks and the lavash to change the flavor up. Had a bowl of pickles, Coke Zero. So man, I was so full. I ate non-stop for 50 minutes. I didn't stop chewing for 50 minutes. That was crazy. I was so full afterwards, but I needed something sweet because, you know, you eat a lot of meat. You need that the Turkish rice pudding. Unbelievable. But even though I only ate 63, everyone was treating me like a king. It was crazy.
Look, from our point of view, man, you ate a little lamb.
Yeah, I literally ate a baby lamb. Literally. So
crazy.
It was a good experience. Ridvan, he kind of started this whole thing for me. You know, he called the media on my very first day in Turkey and, you know, he put in the effort for me. So the least I could do was put in effort for him. He loves competitive eating. He loves food challenges. He loves TikTok. He speaks my language.
He's a very good entertainer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and his restaurant makes good food. So Danny got to have a civilized meal. He got through, I think, 1.5 skewers.
Yeah.
And he was happy. So we had a good night. Then I got to have an early in Turkey. Got home by 10 o'clock. Obviously, Danny's night starts at 10 o'clock. So I just chilled out on my bed, caught up on some work, fell asleep reasonably early. Danny, on the other hand, got home at 10 o'clock this morning. So
not like that, guys.
Luckily, he's on this podcast. Luckily, we packed our bags and got out by 12.
Hey.
Still managed the gym.
Hey, we make it happen, right? We never ever. The rule of this trip was, hey, do what you need to do to get it done. That's about it. You know what I mean?
Danny works by day, parties by night. Not sure when he slept or where he slept.
I sleep when you're driving.
Yeah, besides road tripping.
But we get it done, and I think overall, like Kardak made was to that restaurant we went to, and the challenge you did. Like obviously you didn't even do it for money, right? But it's just a good gesture to give back.
That was just for glory. That was just fun.
Yeah.
Being with Ridvan, making some fun videos, well worth it. It's not always about the money. It's about the opportunity. The whole country. Okay, when I say whole, I'm going to say 80% of the country.
Knows you.
Because we've met some really big douchebags. We've interacted with a lot of douchebags online. Restaurants that don't want me in their restaurant doing their challenge, don't want to give up prizes, things like that. Then we've met vast majority of nice, friendly, welcoming people. And overall, our experience has been great. So Turkey has welcomed me, I would like to say. Turkey has welcomed us. So the least I can do is do a bit of a funny video for my friend Ridvan. Shout out to Çardak Keg Kebab in Gebze.
Shout out to everyone who's been,
Definitely.
helping us.
Definitely. We'll be back, guys. We'll be back later. We've got 2 more challenges today, and it's gonna be a crazy day because we've got a lot of driving. Our flight is actually at 2 a.m.
Which is crazy.
So rather than Danny partying tonight, we're gonna be checking into our flight.
Guys, I'm not the biggest party animal. I just like to have a good time.
He's that guy. He can't sit still. He's got to socialize, smoke shisha, meet people, talk to the doorman. He's a guy.
You know what's funny is that people hear this podcast and they'll be like, "Oh, you guys are like totally opposites. Like, how did you survive on this?"
But
trip? We are, right? But what we spoke about this morning at the gym, because gym is our like meeting time. It's like when we get our heads sorted.
Business.
Literally, we put motivation into it, into ourselves. But what we spoke about was like when it's game time, it's game time. You know, Jwebby gets into his mode. He gets into his natural habitat, but it's beast mode. So it's like don't stand in his way. He's looking at the food. He's counting the skewers. He's talking to himself through the process.
This guy's talking about beast mode. Have you tried walking in front of his camera? Don't about beast mode. Lucky that camera's not a bazooka, mate. But look, we've managed. It's been fun. We still have 2 more challenges to go and a day in Malaysia. So stay tuned, guys. We've got a lot more to come. And this is just the beginning, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Check in about 10 hours' time.
Chat to you soon.